Greetings, royal queens and kings. It's your host, Queen Tulsa, and welcome back to the Queen Tulsa Show. VS Icon exposes truth. Treez stands by her side while Sammy loses it. Listen here, we've got a lot to get into. In this explosive episode, tensions run high as Sammy unleashes her fury on Trees after supporting her all along. What caused this shocking switch up? And why is the Queen of Honesty Hour, Tulsa, here to unravel the truth? Join us for a charged sit down with your favorite opponent, the VS Icon. Expect insightful revelations, shocking confessions, and some heartfelt reflections as we uncover why these once Instagram set squad members are now clashing heads. You guys make sure you follow VS Icon. Her link is in the description. It's time for some real talk. Buckle up for the drama. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And listen here, tell somebody that we are live. Let's go. Production, countdown, please. All right, you all. So we have the one, the only, the VS Icon, and she is here to spend some of her time with us on today. So without further ado, the one, the only, the beautiful VS Icon. You're looking very fabulous today. Let me find out. Oh, you're on mute, babe.
Thank you. And how are you doing, Queen?
You know what? I am amazing. How you doing? You know,
How
I
you doing?
always love you with the red lip. Like the red lip, I believe the last time that we were on each other's show, you had that red lip on. So yeah, it definitely compliments you and your skin. So listen
Thank
here. For those that do not know VS Icon, I'm gonna give her a moment to share who she is, where you guys can follow her, and we'll take it from there.
Hi, I am Devious Icon, originally from the beefing sector, but I do mingle in all sectors. I'm a mother, a daughter, um, God's child, and I'm here to give you news that you can use.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of news that we can use, we were just over here just the other day, right? And
Yes.
we were having a calm conversation, and Sammy, which is one of our colleagues here on YouTube, um, we were having a conversation. Then I had brought you up. What do you think transpired in that conversation that triggered her to kind of somewhat lose it on you?
Well, to be honest, I think allegedly, I feel this is my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose her, but I feel like that she was overwhelmed already before me even coming into the picture. I feel like she has some other issues going on. She is a mother of a disabled child. To my understanding, this is something that she speaks about. She's a single mother, a single woman out here looking for love in all the wrong places. She has a channel that she's trying to grow, and I think she's having issues with finding her footing with being a content creator because it's not easy. Some people think this is easy, and it takes years of work to put in. And she got herself caught up in a lot of untruths, and she got caught up. And I just think a lot of people have been on her neck, and she's out of her body, and I just think maybe she's having some mental health issues, and that's just solely my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to diagnose anyone, but if you look up the definition of lunatic, crazy, overwhelmed, she fits the description.
Okay, so if I'm understanding, so let's take a step back. So were you and Sammy, were y'all ever friends at some point?
Well, actually, I thought we was like sisters in Christ, to be honest, because I was doing God's work, and when I say God's work, we're made in his image. So the one thing that we must do is help one another. So one thing for sure, I have done what had been a consistent supporter of her channel. Even if she had less than 10 people on there, I would go over there and support her channel. um she was having trouble getting to her 1,000 because she lost a lot of support. I asked some of the people on my dead channel to go over there and support her, and they did, and she thanked me so much, profusely, saying how I helped her and assisted her. I've been a member on her channel before. I just did a lot of things to help her. She wanted to start on this journey to interviewing people, and she said that for me, VS Icon, to be the first interview that she does, it would start off something really great for her. And I obliged. I did the interview, and it did start her off on a great run. I even helped her assist her get the second interview with Treezes, and then so forth. She just had a real good run with doing different interviews, but it blew up in her face.
You make a very striking point. When you say, she wanted to get into the business, and it sounds like she kind of latched on to you. If anything, do you and Sammy have anything in common?
We have a few things in common. I
Okay.
mean, if we're gonna speak about like in real life,
Yes.
we have kids who have abilities. Um, I have an adult, child. She has a younger child, who have issues. Some are greater than others. I mean,
And what are those issues, if you don't mind me asking? Is there a name for it? Is it autism or Asperger's? What is that?
yes, autism, Asperger's, but I don't know
Okay.
like which spectrum her child is on. So I don't know if her child will be able to do some of the things that my child have been able to do. However, I do know when it comes to being on a spectrum, or let's just say any child,
Yeah.
without putting in the work, nothing will get done. The kids will stay stagnant. You have to put in the work. So you have to start early if you want to see a change. If not, what's going to happen is the kids going to end up going into a group home or something. And Lord forbid if something happens to the parent. So this is the vital time where she should be putting in a lot of work, not into being a content creator, but into being a mother.
Okay. And the reason why I asked that question is because, okay, you and Sammy have something in common. You have children that, live with autism. And so you said your oldest child, so you have experience in it. She is a mother and her son is younger. So I
Mhm.
could see, so am I reading this right? Like you were just coming in, you saw her shortcomings and you said, hey, you know what? She's pretty nice. She wants to interview me and things like that. Let me give her a chance. And would you help someone in her position again?
I always say no, that I'm not going to help anybody else, and I end up helping somebody else. And I always end up getting spat on. It happens every time, but I still put myself in a position to still help people. So to be honest, more than likely I'll be in the same situation again.
Okay. So do you feel like when she interviewed you that she was going to automatically get like some type of stardom? Because when we talk about VS Icon, that's the name that pays. And when we talk about controversy, I think a lot of people think you're controversy, but I think that you're more calculated than what they try to say. Um,
Well, well, I have been known for doing some of the negative things, but when I do a lot of the positive things, no one that doesn't pay. that doesn't bring the attention when I'm doing something positive. This year I made a promise to myself that I was going to do things different. And this is the reason why you're getting a cool, calm, and collected person right now. Because to be honest, she would rather see, it would be better for her to see the monstrous VS versus this one, because this is the VS that's going to pick up the phone and call CPS.
Now, speaking of CPS, she made allegations on the show the other day
Hmm.
with us that she had reached out to law enforcement.
Hmm.
Are you aware of her reaching out to law enforcement?
See, that's where she messed up at. When it comes to people throwing around law enforcement and different stuff like that, that's when we gonna get it cracking. So the first time I got a whiff of that, I made several phone calls. One to the Decatur police station. I also made a phone call to CPS. That's Child Protective Service. I made the phone call. Okay, it's no secret. I don't have to throw a rock and hide my hand. And I will, whenever you're ready, I'll go further into why I feel like it was necessary. I did leave them my name, my information, everything, because I have nothing to hide. And I have not done anything malicious. I, gave a report on what I saw. And my thing is, when I hear a child asking for food, saying they're ready to eat, and someone says, go play your game. When I hear someone leaving their child in a home and they're begging, mommy, mommy, and they're out in the garage cursing somebody out who live way in Chicago and all this stuff. No, somebody got to step it up. I don't have to be a mandated reporter. I'm a mother. I know what it takes. And so I don't have to be a sheep and hide. I'm saying what I did. And if I see any other things that's out of line, I'm going to call again.
Well, I must commend you. I mean, that's just pretty much what a mandated reporter would do. You see a child, and I know that you said that I'm assuming that you were triggered. The parent is distracted. I believe you said that she was on the phone in the garage, like going back and forth. And if she's in the sector going back and forth, I could only imagine what her tone was. And also, you stated that the child was begging for food. Um, for the people that's looking and they say, well, this is what goes on online. Why would you call those people? Um, do you feel like you did this in a malicious form? And if not, tell us why you did it and the dangers of triggering an autistic child.
Well, I made the phone call because it's the right thing to do. The reason why I'm on an open forum and I'm not hiding and I'm not making any anonymous calls or anything like that, because I know that I called from out of concern. I don't want anyone else to be blamed for the phone call being made, because I'm telling you, it was me. And I told her I will call because I was not happy with what I saw. Every time the child is asking for their mom, the mom is saying, go play the game. If none of this stuff is true, why did she put all the videos on private? Why is her channel over there looking like it's a mukbang channel? Why did she take those videos down? You don't have to take a video down if you didn't do nothing wrong. Where's the video of her cussing cat out when she told the kid, you got to stay in here while I go to the garage? The child saying, when you gonna cook? Are we about to eat? If you got two jobs and then you come home and you sitting on YouTube for the other 8 hours, when does the child have time? That's neglect.
I totally 100%. Now earlier I believe you said she was a single mom and she's got two jobs
Listen,
allegedly.
she brags about, I'm in Alabama, I have this house, this car, I got two jobs, and I got this and I got that. So this is from what she says. Now I found out Cultivate with Kai, he did a live, and there was one lady named Trip. She said that no one else lives in the home, but then another young lady, Rose T, she's was a close friend of hers, and she said no, the baby daddy lives in the house.
So there's a baby daddy that stays there.
This is what two people
Allegedly.
who are close to her said.
Oh
One
my.
said he does live there. One said he doesn't. But when they compared notes and kind of had their back and forth, the consensus was he lives there.
Oh wow. So in my mind, this is what in my mind, because I think I from a conversation that we had a while ago, I remember like seeing a boyfriend or a baby daddy coming over. I thought that maybe he was just picking up the child and like maybe going or visiting or something like that. And I could be wrong. I think he was staying there at one point in time. I could be wrong, but it
I have a
does.
theory.
Okay.
I have a theory to this. She's bragging about all this money she got and girl power. But one thing about a parent, if there's a benefit for me to get, I'm gonna get it. I
Yep.
believe that she's saying he doesn't live there so they won't have to count his income. I believe the child is on SSI. I believe that she's getting some food stamps. I believe that she may have a job. However, when you have a child, that comes into consideration. This insurance thing, I call her Scammy Sammy because we know people can finagle these hours. We know they can finagle the hours. I know people who work six months out the year, and for the other 6 months they don't do shit, so they could get a refund check. We know the game, black people. Let's not act like we don't know how the game go. Just like a lot of people not reporting their 1099s.
Oh,
Is she reporting her cash app? Is she reporting her 1099 for this YouTube?
because
I mean,
that
so
is.
that means she got 5 jobs. Okay. She got the 2 jobs, then the insurance, and now she got the YouTube and hell, we done looked up and when I say we looked up, I'm saying from out the skies, and we see she got this so-called transportation business. You'll be surprised what people do just so they could get that first time business loan. Okay, you'll be real surprised. And I'm sure if we dig a little deeper, we might see somebody getting a little PPP loan. You ain't slick.
Oh, wow. Well, you know what? Do you think that there's an okay with all these allegations going on? Do you think that there's some type of influence behind this? Because from speaking with her and things like that, I don't think that she would be this bright to do all this on her own. Do you think that maybe a boyfriend or a baby daddy is contributing and having her put it into her name allegedly so nothing comes back on him allegedly?
I'm not for sure, but I will tell you, she has a dead woman's spirit on her. And let me explain why. She has taken on the persona of a young lady who was once in the beefing sector, who then moved on into the black tea sector. She went by the name of Quay, where she was allegedly bullied to death. Allegedly. I don't believe it. However, that's the narrative. So let's roll with it. This woman passes away. All of a sudden, she comes up with this bright idea. Hi, I want to take on Quality Queen. I want to keep her name going, keep her name alive. I want to buy her flowers because she's dead. And these people, but now she's friends with the people who she said bullied her to death.
Oh
I'm
no.
sure Quay is rolling over in her grave 4 times. 4 times.
Well, listen, VS, let me just say this because I was around at that time and she was taking up a donation with a
Mhm.
particular content creator. Do you
More
mind if I
money.
say it?
See, money,
Yeah,
money. Is she reporting this? Is she reporting this money? Is this money taxed? You just can't. Even if you do a GoFundMe, it's taxed. Is there fees? It has to be reported.
yeah. Now this makes me question it because she hooked up with a guy that's known to he loves money and it's a cash grab allegedly. But she hooked up with him. His name is ZX, and he took up a donation. She was taking up a donation, and I was thinking that she was going to this fabulous store with flower a flower boutique or something like that, and she was going
Child.
to have them sent over there. No,
Mhm.
instead of her saying, if y'all want to send flowers or contribute to Quay, you could plant a tree or they have flowers on the website where you purchase it and it'll be included into the ceremony.
And
No
where's the
matter,
ribbon at now? Where's the ribbon? Do she go live and say, all right, in her introduction, do she show the ribbon? Where's the ribbon? All that money for a ribbon. Where is it? Where's the ribbon? I thought they sent the friend there to attend it. They didn't get the ribbon. Where is the ribbon? This $500 ribbon. Where is it? It's the ribbon in the sky.
you know what? But now that I'm gonna stick and I'm gonna drive this point with the money. Was that money accounted for when you had got collected all that money? I think it was like over 500, six hundred
Yeah.
dollars.
Yeah.
And if you are getting government assistance, are you claiming these things? You got you a new car, a 2025. So she's like over there balling out. Is it, I mean, does she have a CPN, allegedly, a CPN number? I don't know, but
You
that
know, I
was
just thought about a fifth job she got. Ain't they say she going to the stores picking up groceries for folks, you know?
Instacart. You're right. Let me write that down. Okay,
So now
so
we got insurance, Instacart, then this other job that one of her friends said she got. We got the baby daddy sleeping on the couch, allegedly. We got the baby that's getting a check. You know, we know he on the Medicaid, you know. Now, one thing for sure, they'll let you stay on Medicaid no matter how low your money is, you know.
yeah. Okay, so let me ask you this. So, just to be sure, and so this didn't go over anybody's heads, there was a woman named Quay that was on the internet. She was around in different sectors. She eventually passed away. Guess who showed up to collect money? VS, do you want to?
Scammy Sammy?
Yes, she showed
Yeah,
up.
and then want to take over the name. That's how she got the name Quality Queen.
Quality Queen. So, Quality Queen was Quay's name. Now, how did Quay have it? Like Quality Quay, or how did that go?
Well, from what I saw, she changed up her whole name. She was something else over in the beefing sector. And also, I would like to say, I don't believe she was bullied to death. I think she has some other type of illness going on. This is my personal opinion. I've seen this lady do several things. Number one, I don't know how she made her money, but she was a good payer. Like one of my close people, which I'm not going to name, she would give her money behind the scenes. I know she blessed ZX heavily. So she gave out money heavily. However, she was one of those people, if she rocked with you and it was somebody who didn't like the person she's rocking with, she will attack the hell out of them. I've seen her wish death on people. I've seen her call people bitches and hoes and fuck the kids. I've seen her say all these, crazy things. So she was very salacious. And when I say people are dogs, and I said I'm a dog, when I say that, I'm saying like people can get down, and ZX is a dog, VS is a dog. you know like he get down, so you can't say that you don't bully or you for this quality thing when you hang around certain people because they get down. And ZX don't play, and he doesn't make excuses for it. He said what it is. He doesn't hide his hand.
That is true. Um, we're almost into our 30-minute mark. Let me see. I believe that we have a clip, but I'll just go ahead and drop the link in case anybody wants to come up and sound off. But if Sammy is listening, VS, what is your advice to her? Because it seems like she has a lot going on. She's trying to be popular. She's trying to sounds like she's trying to take on so many hats, and it is leaving us questions to ask. How do you make time for your child if you're always at work and then when he comes home he's hungry? There is no in between time. You go right on live. So we want to know, is he getting the care that he needs? Is there someone else in the home? Are you reporting your finances to the government? Because if you're not, then it kind of leads you're going to be in big trouble, and then we're really going to be looking for somebody to attend after your child. What are your thoughts on that?
Wow. Two things that I know that's probably going to come up eventually is she doxed me. And from her definition of doxing, from being on your channel, your interview, you can see I had a different definition. But since she educated me on the proper definition, we now know that she doxed me because she then told the people I went over to her Instagram where it shows her real name, and her name is Susie. And then she called me secondhand Susie, which you will play. And then the second thing she did was she said, I think she said she's gonna pop my top off. Now I don't know, if last I checked, popping somebody top off is you're gonna shoot me, blow my head off, or something. That's what I'm getting out of it. Maybe she can explain it, but I took that as a threat. So her instead of saying she's going to go to the police and all that stuff, go to the police because that's why she's putting everything on private. She didn't know that people got clips of these videos and stuff like that of her making threats towards me.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for your service as you are a disabled vet.
Yes,
And
I
I
am.
don't think that anybody deserves that. And so, yeah, I totally agree with you. It's very alarming. It seems like Sammy is short fused. I don't know what it is, but she's very most short fused. And you're going to be doing an interview with me of me breaking my silence and my experience with her and receipts to kind of like back it up here shortly. Um, when it comes to you being on the channel with her the other day, she said that she was set up. Do you feel like she was set up, or what did it look like to you?
For me, when I see an interview, like I feel like we're co-workers. You know what I'm saying? I come over, I support you. You always come support me. And me and you have bumped heads. Like you've dragged me to the gods before. Okay. So when I see people, who I see are trying to change, be more positive, or do good, I see the work you're putting in. I see the setup that you got going on. Even how you come on here in your appearance, everybody sees the difference, even how you speak and enunciate your words. And like you're really putting in the effort to be professional. You know what I'm saying? And
Thank you. That means a lot.
yeah, no, listen, shout out to you. I felt like I didn't want it to be a fluke interview. I didn't want it to be an interview where she ran out of friends and she just needed a platform to give her grievances, and no one was going to ask her the tough questions. So it don't matter if me and Trees has got a loyalty to each other. She's a boss, I'm a boss. I ain't bowing to no Trees, and she ain't bowing to me. I've never have, and she never have. And I'm not gonna bow to her, and she better not bow to my ass. So when I came over here to ask the questions. I feel like that wasn't being answered. I felt like you was handling her with kid gloves. And then I wasn't even rough. I was even tiptoeing around the question. Before I could even get anything out, she would jump. Well, let me find a definition and let me see this. And said, you ain't even let me ask the question. Well, I know you finna ask. I know what you finna. I'm like, damn, I can't even get none out. Even you couldn't get none out. And you, as a content creator, she brought up people calling her Don Cornelius, calling her an ape and a gorilla and a monkey and Sammy Davis Jr. And you and about this picture. So you put this picture up. She immediately got defensive, but she was the one who brought up the picture. And what you did was you had your receipts on deck to give the people the visual of the picture that she's talking about. And she got mad. That is what we call a receipt as a content creator. She brought it up. Now, had you put that picture up there and she didn't bring it up, I could say, yeah, that was real shady. But she brought it up and you said, boom, this is the one she talking about, y'all.
Yeah.
She got mad.
Entertainment and research purposes, right? Educational purposes. Because if you're sitting over here and you're pointing the finger, like you said, Sammy is no angel out here. Sammy would get down into the dirt, and I mean, when she's angry, you know that she's angry. And this is the thing. She wants to be right all the time. You could be telling her, hey, just calm down, or trying to give her advice, but she will flip the script, and then it's you're after me. So when it comes to the relationship between you and Trees, if I'm
Mhm.
not mistaken, Sammy was once very good friends with Trees. Where do you think that, is Sammy a little jealous because maybe you and Trees are, kind of rocking out? Y'all like each other, right? Do you think that now that she's not in y'all circle, she's feeling a certain type of way and she's not going to get the traction because she's losing friends, it looks like?
But she was never in a circle of mine. Like I'm talking,
Okay.
like if I talked to Sammy, it was strictly like she asked me to interview or I come over. It wasn't like we had private phone calls or anything like that. Her and Teresa's had something different because they had personal talks. It seemed, she know a little bit more about her. I don't know, so no, that wasn't that's not my journey with her at all. But I did like getting up in the morning and seeing some positive stuff instead of like the beef sector stuff. I've been trying to make some changes. So she would be walking on her walking pad, just talking, having casual conversation. I thought that was pretty cool because it's interesting talk. It ain't no, too much drama. And she's exercising, she's doing stuff. I'm like, okay, well, that's motivating me. I need to get off my lazy ass and, do some things, whatever. So it was really like motivating me to see this. Now, and I complimented her. Um, but again, I made the compliments too fast. And the reason being, I never seen her full body. Now I've been working out for 2 months and I lost 20 pounds and I got 40 more to go. I did not know she was that big. I thought she was fit, in shape. I mean, I'm thinking that like I'm like motivate me, girl. But when I saw that body, I'm like, don't motivate me, baby. I need to find somebody else to watch. This is the reason why we cannot just go off of half neck up. A lot of bigger women get offended when they say they only do the shoulders up. No, I'm like the men. Don't catfish me. Show me the whole body. I even want to see the toes.
All
And to
right.
be honest, and I want to say this, it's quite trifling because you can go to Walmart and buy a good bra. I know women with titties down to their motherfucking ankles, excuse me, with to their ankles, and all you got to do is put the bra and tighten the sides up, and it will pick them boobs up. So that right there, trifling. She doesn't care about herself.
Yeah. So speaking of that, we're gonna go on a quick commercial break because we do have some audio that we want to play. Um, let's go ahead and just take a listen.
Let these motherfuckers get you mad into that point. You gonna sit here and talk about into that point. You gonna sit up acting a fool over some YouTube shit, bitch. I'm not you. I'm not you. I'm straight popping a bitch top off. I'm not you. But you went to IHOP acting a you respect her cause she's a dog. Cause you're loyal to her. It's okay for her to do it. Like y'all motherfuckers sound stupid. That's what I think about VS. I don't respect her no more. I think she's dumb, for real. She act like a slow country bitch, for real. I agree with Kimmy, and I think she is secondhand Susie. And when I saw that her name is actually Susie on Instagram, I fell out laughing. Kimmy called that bitch secondhand Susie, and that bitch real name is Susie.
Yes. So those comments were towards you.
Hmm.
She
And
called
so
you.
for the people who say Scammy is so innocent, she's such a great person. She's so innocent. Did y'all not hear that? Now find a video with me saying I'm gonna pop her top off. Find a video of me saying those things towards her. Find a video. I'll wait. Why did she go on private all her videos when she realized people was collecting so they can give to law enforcement? That was a threat on my life.
So since Scammy, so since you heard this in real time, once again, are you going to take corrective action? I mean, because if your life is being threatened, I feel like you should protect yourself as I mean, you're a disabled vet, and I would hate for her to drive up in her 2025 vehicle and do some harm to you. It sounds like that she's very serious to me. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you never know what somebody may or may not do. And like I said, we already see that she seems to be having some type of mental breakdown. um she went on camera and pretended to drive to the police station to make a report, and then today the police was called on live. There's no report. So she's defrauding her subscribers, her members, pretending, getting cash apps because they thinking, oh yeah, she's gonna really do that there. And nothing was done. And even if something was done, I still ask the same question that I posed for 2 days ago. What is the crime? Because you're the only one saying you're gonna pop somebody top off. You the only one that I see child asking for food. You the only one I see saying you got 12 jobs, but you want to be somebody's bride, but then you got your baby daddy surfing on the couch. Make it make sense.
You know what? It doesn't make sense. And when it doesn't make sense, it's usually a lie. Um, I just wanted to just come on here, give you the opportunity because, I hear her trying to drag your name and trying to take you back. But what I've seen with UVS is actually you've changed up your content first and foremost. You've gotten into the boxing sector. Your numbers are numbering. So really, you could be selfish and not really help or contribute to the young creators that are coming up, right? But you do. You lend your time. Um, from my opinion, this woman needs some help. She needs a wellness check. And I want to make sure that that baby, ever since you told me that that baby was crying for food,
Yeah.
and she totally just dismissed him and walked past and things like that, it made me feel a certain type of way. Now, you said the kid was home when she got there.
Say that again.
Was her kid already home? So was there an instance where a kid was already home? She comes through the door and he tries to talk to her.
Well, that's what one of her closer friends said. It was either Trip or the Rose Tea person. They were given instances where they were on the phone with her and certain things she was doing or whatever. But I can tell you another instance that was really serious and really heartbreaking for me, and I made mention of it earlier on Treez's channel, was she went over to her channel. This is when she was out of her body and going crazy.
Mhm.
And she told her son, she said, "Oh, they're being mean to mommy. They're picking at me." And then the little boy, you could hear him because you know how somebody's far away, and then you could hear him real close to the phone. Like she could have brought him over, drug him over there to get too close to the phone because she wants some sympathy. And the little boy said, "Oh, don't be mean to my mommy. Why would you bring a child into some bull crap like that? I mean, she just trifling with those big old titties. Nasty."
Well, you know what? I feel like when you say that the child is autistic, if anybody knows about autistic child, you don't want to get them upset. You don't want to get them excited or anything like that. I just kind of feel like she may be lacking her boyfriend or her baby daddy, but she's got to stop putting these responsibilities on this young kid. And my heart aches for him. And I think with you speaking up, bringing awareness to it, I think that I'm going to do my part as well if I find out anything else out here on the streets. But I do want to just say this. She and I had a conversation. Um, there are receipts involved. Your name is in it. Tree's name is in it, but I won't share it here because you had given me the opportunity to have your time. So whenever you set the live up or want to do a show, I'm willing to send you the receipts and come over and break my silence. How does that sound?
That sounds good. It sounds good.
Okay.
But I would love to see the scammy supporters come up here. Ask
Yeah.
me questions, confront me, ask me why. Tell me where am I wrong at. I'm the only one over here that's been threatened. My life is being threatened. Really? Because I disagree with you? But I'm the crazy one?
The link has been dropped. If anybody wants to come up, I'm going to go ahead and pin it. If anybody wants to come up, if you feel like VS is out of line, she's okay with that. She wants you to come up and just pretty much prove
Mhm.
your case. Um, she's here for it.
And I
And
haven't heard anything. I kept it real. And the reason why I say I'm gonna be honest with what I've done, I've reached out to where you can make a report on insurance agents because this is not just about breaking committing a crime because if I got insurance you did this. No, when it comes to having a job like an insurance agent, there are certain morals and things, just as a human being, just having a job like that, having access to people's um documents when it comes to illnesses, when it comes to the social security numbers, when it comes to family members names. When you do insurance claims, whether it's a car, whether it's life insurance, whatever the case may be, and she brags about having multiple states certified. So she has access to pull up things, to see things. You can't tell me somebody can't pull up your information if they really wanted to have somebody else to do it. Believe me, I know people that do all kinds of shit. And they're in jobs and in power positions. It's ways to get around stuff. So no, I don't like the fact that she doxed me. And remember, I didn't think doxing was what it was until she explained the proper
Oh,
definition.
so an insurance agent doxed you?
She's the insurance agent.
An insurance agent doxed, hold on, let me write this down. An insurance agent doxed you, and she's out here saying, "Oh, well, I sell insurance." Well, what if I wanted to buy some insurance for her? I would not trust her if
Hmm.
she doxed you. Anybody is up for grabs. So, yeah, that's a problem.
And I
Oh,
was really being nice to her. Like, I don't know why she felt like she could play with me. And that's why I said, please don't play with me. Like, I
but
got too much shit that's sitting dormant in me.
yeah,
I could just blow. Your whole house will fall down. Like, I'm just not the one. Go find somebody else to play with. Cause I'm
yeah,
not gonna do it to see what happened with the eye stuff. That was a fluke. That was a fluke. That
we
wasn't
not
a normal thing.
we're not even going to address that. What we're here
Yeah.
for today is why
Mhm.
she said that she was going to pop your top, and I think this is current. We're not going to worry about
What
yesterday.
did I do that deserves my top to be popped?
You're a disabled veteran and you deserve respect. And I feel like with the veterans now, y'all aren't even getting the help that y'all need. So any of this extra stress is really not good for you. I mean, you put your life out on the line, and for her to have a disabled child and for her to be acting in this way, I feel like there needs to be some type of wellness check. There needs to be some type of checkup because it sounds like this woman is obnoxious, out of control, and luring her child over here to YouTube to tell
Yes.
the people to stop bothering his mother.
Yeah. The
That's the problem.
only reason why I did not mention to CPS about the alleged drugs is because I never heard her say she smoked weed or or
Bruh,
these were her friends were saying things like that she was dealing with this guy who actually sell drugs, and so he was, they was doing that little exchange thing. I think she was giving him some of the nookie for a nickel bag, but I did not hear it with my own ears. So when I talked to the agent, I only spoke about the things that I heard and saw on the live with my own eyes and my own ears. So that's the only reason, because they could come to our house and tell her to piss on a stick. But see, the only reason why I didn't do that was because I don't have a clip and I didn't hear to see it for myself. However, her closest friends or whatever, they did speak about she does do substance. And this is all alleged. Because again, like I said, because I could have had them,
oh my God.
they
Have you seen her running around and speeding around? You know what? you know, I didn't want to think that, but the way that she's so fast with it. And I've been open and honest. I've, you know, in my past, I was on substances, and I've been very clear with that. But yeah, I it was
But
very
she has the mouth though. She has they call it crack mouth, I believe. But she has the slanted. It's something about the bottom mouth. It does something, and I do think that's a real thing. A crack mouth or a meth mouth. I'm not sure, but I'm just saying, like, it's something. If you look at her profile picture, look at that picture and look at that slant. It's
yeah.
something there.
Well, she's up for like 18 hours, 24 hours. I mean, what's keeping her up? Because I've
It's not.
seen where she was so busy during the day, and she had given YouTube a lot of her time.
Yes.
And it takes me back to, when do you have time for your child? When do you I mean, because it seems like she's always cranked up, like you know what I'm saying, like cranked up, amped up,
Mhm.
and giddy. And sometimes I'm like, why? I get that some people can be happy, but this was a different type of excitement to me.
And let me just say one thing that one of her ex-friends, Trip, said that tore me up, girl. It tore me up.
Oh Lord.
She said that Scammy is not happy that she gave birth to a child who has a disability.
Oh, I could see that. I could
Yeah,
see that.
yeah. And I could tell you it's stressful, but I never felt that way about mine. And I can remember even some of the moments that was deep, and I was like, "Damn, I ain't gonna see the light at the end of the tunnel." But I kept working through it. That's the reason why I even said the basic stuff. Do you make sure your kid hands not doing this? Because sometimes they do it.
Yeah.
Make sure your kid's not walking on their tippy toes. The basic stuff. It's summertime. Why do I keep hearing you say, "Go play the game. Go play the game. Go play the game"? Put the child in a program. We already know Alabama got some coins out there to put the special need kids in programs. Why is he not playing with other kids? Socialization is such a big thing with kids who's on the spectrum. Where he ain't got no cousins? You ain't got no friends? I thought you the it girl. You ain't got no friends out there. Why he not playing? Take him to a pool. Show him how to swim. That could
Mhm.
be one thing because these kids that's on the spectrum, they are attracted toward it's something spiritually that's going on with these kids. And the moment they get loose, these kids be finding canals and pools and places they didn't even think they existed. Like, damn, how a child walk through a forest? Kids that run out the house, walk through a forest and find a pool. You were like,
Mhm.
how? It's like the water is calling them. And I'm telling you, with that dead spirit she got on her, best
Mhm.
belief it could be passed off. And that's a fact. That's the reason I had to get away from a lot of things. Queen Tussle, I know you're part of the LGBT community. I also have dabbled in a community as well. I speak about my escapades with women and stuff like that. It took a lot for me to get out the lifestyle. And I still fight every day. I see women I'm attracted to. I see beautiful women all the time. I'm like, shit, you know. But I'm making a full effort. It's certain things that I'm just trying to change for myself.
Mhm.
And just to see other people, um, you can kind of see something on them. And best
Yeah.
believe, even if you got something on you, you can get it off of you. You just got to put in that work. I'm telling you, I lost a lot of money on YouTube, not going live every day and not beefing.
Mhm.
I'm talking about I was bringing in $3,000-4,000 on a regular month, just a basic month, and my shit is all the way down. But guess what? I'm at peace. I feel good about myself. I'm okay. I haven't missed a meal. YouTube is not the two all be all. I used to hustle on here like it's a two all be all. I don't give a fuck no more. I want to be healthy. I want to get myself together, and she need to get herself together.
If she's out there listening, what would you tell her? Like, you know, just from the standpoint of, engaging with people. And I know that you said that she likes to just go off the hinges because I've experienced that too. And as far as like with the parenting, even though she didn't want to hear it, what would be something that you would just let her know if she was willing to listen?
First I would say hit the link. Hit the link. That would be the first thing I say. The second thing I would want to say is it's okay to have a child with a disability. You're the resolution. Whatever you see that's wrong, a lot of this stuff can be fixed with being consistent and giving quality care to your child. Medicaid offers free ABA. Why isn't he in a summer program? You don't have to take your kid out to therapy. They come to you. This all comes with Medicaid. But then she up here saying she got a business where she drive handicapped people around, but you don't even have time for your own child. And who brags about being an Instacart person? Like it's like who brags about that secondhand Susan? But you out here shopping Bitch, you could work for me. Let me make an Instacart card and make you go pick me up some Tums, bitch. You ain't doing nothing. She acting like she work for the president. I Instacart. That's slave work. I thought you was quality queen. Where's the quality? And then you got the people in the chat supporting that. Oh, she's gonna go Instacart. She picking up bread and meat and this and that and steak, and it ain't even hers. It's
Well,
going to somebody else's house.
she's a thrifty queen. Okay.
Exactly.
As much as she wants to, throw these like little digs, but it seems like she's a thrifty queen and she's got to work all these jobs to keep up with her lifestyle. And I believe she's the perfect example of trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Yep. Yep. And I believe that's why she left the city to move down south. And I did make mention of this, so I am going to be repeating myself. I just side eye anybody who moves from the city to down south. You notice people who break out of jails, people who are running from something they're trying to hide, they don't go to Chicago, they don't go to New York, they don't go to California. They go down to the swamps in Louisiana. They hide out in Mississippi, they hide out in Alabama. What's she running from? I feel like it's more to her story than we know. I truly believe this.
Yeah, it definitely gives something went on because and from my opinion in experiencing her, she gets very paranoid real quickly. She wants to know, like, she could be talking to you or talking to me, and she'll be like invested into like these other people's lives and stuff like that. I'm like, she kind of freaked out on me, and I'm like, I can't handle that. And I politely had to tell her, please, like, I don't yell. I'm not trying to get into it. This is not what my life is about. I enjoy content creators, but VS, like,
She was upset that you said she wasn't sexy enough to come on camera. She wasn't dressed properly, and I also, so I want you to respond to that one. But there's one more thing that she was upset about. You came and you praised her for the most minute thing. You was like, oh, she was late because she went and paid a bill and she had to go get this and that. I was like, shit, we all gotta eat and go pay a bill. I mean, can you give us a better reason for being late? I mean, I was 5 minutes late because I wanted to wash my butt before I came on here, but it's truthful, and I don't see you trying to big that up. So when you was bigging her up for going to, she's late because she's paying a bill, I just simply said what was on my heart. It's like, that ain't nothing. I'm tired of people getting bigged up for doing the minimum. I'm tired of it. Like, do she ever talk about education? I've never heard her say she got a college degree, but then she talks shit saying that Trees has had nothing to lose. And I had to stop her. Because number one, I don't care. You guys can hate that. You could hate Trees, but that woman got a nursing's license. Baby, I got 2 degrees. I promise you, I can't go through nursing school. It's a whole nother level, a whole different type of mathematics. It's a whole different type of medicine measurements. That ain't regular. I mean, that's next level. So I'm gonna give a person they props where it's due.
and see, this was a thing. Now that you bring it back to her being late, well, she was out trying to find some Guinness beer that was for her,
What?
that was for her recipe. She went to so many stores. I'm on the phone with her. Like, I wasn't gonna say that, but I'm on the phone with her. I'm like, okay, it's cool. So in that moment, I'm trying to calm her down because like she's on 1,000. And I'm like, okay, just trying to help this sister out because like it seemed like if she didn't get that beer, she was gonna get a whooping by the time she got home. And I didn't hear her son in the car, anything like that. So when you say there's somebody staying there, now it makes me think, where
Mhm.
was your son while you was doing all this ripping and running before the show?
Do you think she was drunk? Because she was acting very strange on that live. I'm like, she was just like, she was crazy. I
Well,
was like, I'm like, well, Sammy, I have a question. Well, do you know about this? Wait a minute. The definition. I was like, my God, maybe was she drunk?
I don't know what she was, but it seemed like when she got in the house, you know how like it makes me feel like she has a dude there because it's like, you know, how you can be on the phone with one of your homegirls and you get home, your dude is there. Yeah, and girl, I should have just waited on. I should have just waited on the show. I should have just had you push this show back because now it's interfering with what I got going on. It seemed like when she got in the house, she was trying to put the blame on me, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? But I'm still like, okay, let's just
Who she
calm.
got in the house? Dick Daddy. Dick
I'm
Daddy.
hoping there's somebody in that house because, like I said, when she was out, when she was getting out the car, she never said, "Come on, you know his name. Let's go."
Hmm.
No,
She
she
don't
was.
never take him nowhere.
Oh wow.
But then when a post on her community wall, her at a farm, with the boy, you know. But you been telling him go play the game, go play the game, go play the game. Most parents be spanking their kids or putting them on punishment, making them get off the game, or saying nope, you know you're only dedicated 8 hours throughout the week for the game. But she keep pushing him, go to the game, go to the game.
Go read a book. How about that? Or let me read a book.
Exactly.
Let's go take a walk, or let's go get our favorite meal, or let's go get ice cream. It's a nice day, or let's go take a car ride. I mean, it's so many things that she could do, but I do feel like when you're a content creator and you're putting your children out here, whether if you like it or not, your kids become content. If you are misbehaving, if you are talking to them all crazy, if you're always whispering them off to go get the PlayStation, people are going to talk about it because you too busy with all your devices on YouTube. You over here watching Treez, you watching VS, you watching this person, you watching this person, and it's like that's too much. You can't handle all that. On top of all these jobs, on top of having a child that's autistic, they need your undivided attention. And if you're quote unquote doing this alone, like it's not making sense. It's not making sense. And this wasn't a lie to tear her down. This was a lie for you to come on and give your unbiased opinion. For you to say, hey, this is how I felt. I'm gonna address it. If anybody got any questions, comments, or concerns, I dropped the link for them.
Why no one her supporters? I see a couple people in the chat that supporting her. Why aren't y'all responding to her saying she's gonna pop my top off? Now to all the people out here that's been dragging her, what did I do to deserve that? She have a kid on here reading the chat, asking what certain people. How the kid know more about people that's on social media? Like this is foolery. This is not right.
Yeah, well, we want to definitely protect the kids. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, but thank you for your service. But in conclusion, to the audience, what would be your last messages before we wrap up?
Pull up to the live. Hit the link. It's there. If you have any questions about anything that I've said on here, I'm here to answer all the questions. I'm not ducking anything. I've been honest on here. I've said what I needed to say. Um, I haven't done anything illegal. Um, I made sure I put myself out there so the wrong people won't get the blame. You know, it is what it is. I know I haven't done anything. I've been nothing but supportive. So I'm hoping that some people will come up here and ask me the tough questions. Don't be afraid.
Absolutely. And a lot of people, y'all might have this misconception, oh, VS this, VS that. She's actually a cool lady. She's been minding her business, watering her flowers, drinking her water,
Mhm.
doing her walks. I feel like um, you have really done like a 360, and I've noticed it in you. The self-care, the positive strides that you've been taking. And even though that you're changing a new leaf, it does not mean that you can't address certain things, and it does not make you a bad person. And it does not mean that you didn't change. So I want to be the first to say that I'm proud of you. Give yourself a pat on the back. You've been raised,
Thank you.
your children, now you're living your life, you just served this country, and now it's time for you to just enjoy. You've given people the opportunity to come on up and sound off, and it seems like, they weren't bold enough to kind of face you. So
Yeah.
Um,
And listen, as a parent, not just of a disabled kid, let's just talk about of
parenting.
kids, period. Just being a parent, period. It is important to protect your kids. One of the things that I said that I know that really bothers her, I'm talking about bothers her to a core, it bothered her even when we were cool, is when I said, stop putting your child on the internet. I mean, this was months ago when she interviewed me. It pissed her off when I said it again the other day to her. It pissed, I mean, that's one thing. Like, it was almost like for me to say, protect your child, keep your child off the internet. She was so offended by that. And I just don't understand, why does that offend her? If someone says, don't put the child on the internet because you know what the possibilities are. You saw what this person went through. You saw what that person went through.
Well, in my opinion, he kind of helps, the support
It's about the money. And if you notice throughout this conversation, it keeps coming back to money.
to the money.
Everything. And let me tell you something about people who don't have quality. I'm saying quality, like when they look in the mirror, they're happy.
Right.
They utilize what they got and money. You know what I'm saying? Well, I got this. I have a car. I have this. Have you ever seen a ugly man ride up? You like, damn, he ugly, but he got a nice car. He got a big wallet in his back pocket. He ain't that bad looking, you know? So I just think she's one of those girls that she know, or she probably doesn't have the confidence, you know, um, that other women have, and so
She,
she make up for the confidence
she
with
overcome. She
money.
overcompensates. She overcompensates.
Mhm.
hmm
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
could see that. No, that was a very, very, very good point. Because, like you said, she's out here. She's doing this and doing it. Like I said, it goes back to keeping up with the Joneses.
Mhm. Yeah.
She had no problem with coming on here and showing everybody her new card. Like, some things you just got to
Mhm.
celebrate in private,
Yeah.
because when you put yourself out like that, then people like, okay, she doing good. She don't need no help. And then you over here looking miserable and mad because ain't nobody supporting you. Well, stop bragging on the materialistic things that you have, and
Brag
really,
about yourself within.
yeah. But
And
you know
she can
what?
brag about her son. If her son is able to come on here and read the chat, why can't he read a book? I know every library in the summertime have the summer reading program.
Yep,
That is worldwide. Why
yep.
is she not taking him to go get the book so he could get the little stickers at the end
The
of the
little,
week?
yep, they get the little, they read a certain amount and then they get their, I think it was like a gift
Yeah.
card last time. I think
Back in the
last,
day, in my day, used to be to get free pizza. I don't know if you remember
yeah,
that.
the Pizza
Yeah.
Hut. The little
Yeah,
Pizza
yeah. Yeah. They don't do the pizza no more, but still.
Let's see here. This is a little reminder. Kids, remind me to take y'all to the library tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me.
And I used to have fun taking my kids to the library. The library is popping. The library
Yeah.
got a section where you get free DVDs. You can rent out the DVDs now. They got a little section where the kids can play. They got a section for the adults. They got the computers you can bring. You got free Wi-Fi. I know it's library here. They got the back patios. Baby, the library be popping out here.
Well, you know what, VS? I think that's something that we both should do in our towns. Whenever we go live. And if you going live and stuff, support me. I support you. We're gonna share each other's live.
You know
And
what? That's
if
so
you
good.
don't know how to be good parents, we're gonna
Mhm.
show you. We're gonna give you some skills, and we're
Yeah.
gonna support you. We're not trying to bring you down, Sammy. We was
Mhm.
here trying to love on you. We see that you have so many talents, Sammy, and that's what VS was saying the other day. It's just you need to center yourself. And I don't know if you are going through therapy, but get into a therapist office, sit down, address those issues so you don't have to walk with those burdens, because it's looking like you looking like the bag lady. Can you agree? She's looking like a bag lady. She's got all this baggage, and she got sisters that she's encountering that may want to help, that may want to help her, but she pushes away with her defense mechanisms. Not everybody is here to take away from you,
Mhm.
and it's maybe hard for her to decipher who's good and who's not. you know?
Trip is in the chat, and I know earlier she said she wasn't able to come on because she was on a call.
Okay.
I want to ask if she's available. I would love for her to come up if she's available, because when I tell you we had such a good live on Cultivate with Kai's live. She
Uh-huh.
has so much information. I mean, she was clocking T, because she even clocked shout out to you, Rose T. This ain't bad, but she
Yeah.
clocked her T real quick, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess she was on a new channel and people didn't know that she had switched channels, and she clocked her T and she came, she said, yeah, it's me, then they had their little situation. But she's full of information. I do know that possibly you and her had an issue in the past, maybe. But sometimes when it comes to content creating in business,
Right.
this is content, you kind of put the problems to the side. Is it that serious?
Right. And you know what? I would just say this for the record. Anybody that I may have gotten into a little beef with here on YouTube, I'm gonna say I apologize if I offended you knowingly, unknowingly. I'm not on that type of time. I'm just over here just trying to give you guys the best commentary that I can give you guys. I'm trying to collaborate with as many content creators as I can. Actually, VS, this is like our second time collaborating, and we're going to collaborate some more. And this is the type of energy that I'm on. So if we, even I see Trees down there, I don't have no beef with nobody. Okay. I want to be better than I was yesterday. So that's the only competition that I'm in, is being better than what I was the day before, and always educating myself, and being a good person and treating people like I like to be treated. We have Trip here. I'm gonna leave VS. You can be in charge of the show. Did you get my back screen message?
No, I did. Let me check real quick. Okay, 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 okay.
Okay.
All right, all right.
All right. So
Hey,
introducing Trip,
Trip.
and I'll be right back.
Hey, can you
Hey,
guys
Trip.
hear me?
Yes, I hear you clear. Well, first
Okay,
off, the
let me
reason
turn that
why
off
I
real quick.
can you
Okay,
hear
go
me?
ahead. Yeah, I hear you.
I was just saying the reason why I want you to come up, because I felt like you had really good energy on the last live. It was my first time meeting you. I just feel like, listen, I like people who don't hold back. If you got information, put it out there. And then you said, you have no issue if you got something wrong, you don't mind apologizing, trying to correct it, whatever. I know you had some insight in this situation, but I didn't want anybody else to be blamed for anything. So today I did come out, and I don't call it a confession. What I call it is standing on business. I'm up here making complaints about things that I'm seeing happening to a child, who I feel like there are some concerns where I do feel like it needs to be looked into. So I did make a phone call, and I did speak with someone, and I told them about my concerns. I told them where the concerns was at. She did private a lot of the videos. However, I do have some snippets and different things I was able to share over with the right authorities. And I hope that she get the help that she need. So I did make contact with CPS, and I made sure that I want people to know it was me, because I don't want anyone else to get blamed for something that
Who was
I
the
did.
VS? Who was it?
I made contact with CPS.
Okay.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. Well, you're definitely within your rights of what you see. You're definitely within your rights of what you
yeah,
hear.
yeah,
And I also want to just say this, piggybacking off of what you just admitted, is that she took it offline.
yeah.
She brought it back online. She took it offline and she brought it back online. So you can't control how somebody reacts and responds to you when you coming off, she calls it passionate, but no, you're not passionate. You're coming off ignorant, and you're not welcoming the perspective or what somebody else is saying. So you're within your right to do so, to do what you did. And I, to be honest, I don't think she won't. She's ignoring me, or she's calling me, or she'll call me fake, or people will call me a stalker, that they mad that I said something yesterday on Kai's live. I really don't care. But I don't care. I had to walk away. I did what was best with me when me and her got into it, and I snapped on the live, and I had to walk away. The only reason why I came back is because she was still talking about me. other people were still instigating, and that's it. And I have a right to defend myself whenever I choose to in that. But like I said, I know I said it a few times yesterday, and I'm gonna say it again. Sammy, I really rocked with you because in the 2 years that I've been around in this sector, I never been a mod for nobody. And you asked me to do it, and I said no at first. And then you asked me again, and I said, okay, I'll try it out. So don't make it seem like you gave me a chance or an opportunity. It's not like that. All right. So I'm gonna keep that right there. I really rocked with you and I really cared about you because I really tried to have a difficult conversation with you to not have all this come up for almost 3 to 4 months. People have been coming back for it, but now we're in the thick of it. And now you're getting what exactly you deserve and exactly what you wanted. So
Well, let me ask you, what do you think that she deserves?
you know what she deserves? She deserves to see how her mouth gets her into problems, because she does talk to people with that condescending, nasty, nice. Even if she portrays to like you, she still will come off like that with you. She has an agenda. She has a pattern. She thinks that there's a psychology to being on YouTube. She told me that quite a few times, and I was like, there's no psychology. You click live, you make an upload, you do what you do, and then whatever happens, happens.
Right.
But she really, really put some thought into all this and put the wrong thoughts into it, and it got revealed. She did this too many times to too many different people. It's a pattern. And that's why I think you really hit those videos, because if people go back and watch those videos, they'll see your pattern.
Do you see how she cleaned that channel up?
She
Now
cleaned it up like,
she talked all that noise, and
it
in less
took
than
her
24
3
hours, she
hours.
didn't took everything down.
It took her less than 3 hours because she was sitting there watching Kai's live while she was cleaning up her channel. And just kept clicking refresh while she was doing it, whatever. But I really rocked with you, Sammy, and I really, really want you to back away from YouTube. This is just a suggestion. You grown, you don't have to do it. But because you're in the thick of it, and because your mouth has gotten you into some serious consequences and trouble, you need to back away, and you need to stop bragging. Don't come online talking about what money you got and everything like that. No, that means that you're still visible. Back away for a while, because this isn't your bread and butter. You're an independent contractor. You're an independent contractor. That's the two jobs that you have. You're an independent contractor. You do other things on the side. That's fine. But don't come on here bragging, because what you're not realizing is that you're leaving holes in your story. Where the lies.
What about her education? Do you know anything about her education level? Because
I
she
have
talked
no idea of her education. I have none. I just don't.
Well, let me ask you this. I think there may have been a conversation in the past. I want to say that we are all good. Whatever bygones, let's let them be that. But I did want to share this with you all. Are y'all aware of what happened in Las Vegas with YouTubers? Because sounds so familiar. It was a situation that happened online and it gets taken offline. VS, that's what I'm saying. At this point, girl, in this day and age, do not take any threats lightly. I would consider that, but some two contestants lost their lives.
That's crazy. You just said that. I didn't even think about when she said she want to pop my top, and then what just happened in Vegas with that man actually came and unalived 2 people. That's crazy.
Yeah, I heard about that. I saw that earlier today. And this is why this is so important to me. You guys.
And it just happened yesterday.
Right. Tosa, thank you for the apology. And I extremely apologize to you, because I know we had a way with each other in the past and everything like that and stuff. And, to be honest with you, I ain't got no hard feelings for nobody.
To be
None
honest,
on
I
each.
don't even remember it.
Half of it I don't remember. I don't remember either. And even if I do remember, I don't want
That
anybody, I
means it
don't want
didn't
to
matter.
treat nobody how they treat me. Because
Yeah,
in my spirit, I want everybody to eat. Online
absolutely.
and offline. We need to we out here. Listen, you guys, I have I came across a person that gave me a training that shows you how to do auto books mastery online, and this man made 12K in a month off of YouTube. We missing out.
Yes.
We missing out. Okay, there
That's
is
why
so
we're here
many
right
ways.
now.
There's
That's why
so
we're here
many
right
ways.
now. VS, we want to collab with more content creators. If anybody is out there, and I'm sorry to cut you off, baby, but
No,
that's what we're doing now, collabing and making a difference. See, we
Mm.
can hee and ha ha, but we're making a difference. We're bringing uh, attention to something that is destroying our community. You know,
Mm.
my hat off to both of you ladies for being the support by standing up and taking a stance. Hey, this ain't right. You know, and I'm gonna say something. We need more people like you ladies. So I'll go ahead and yield the floor to whomever.
yeah, I just wanted to say that everybody, you know what? This is partly a distraction, but this is also mostly reaching out to you, Sammy, saying that you know what, like just take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. You wanted to come on here. You say that your channel is about positive change. You were going in a new direction. You were doing all this, but then
Mm.
you admitted yesterday that the beefing was what was selling and everything. And then when
Mm.
people caught wind to it, you privated all those videos
Sure did.
and all that because it's okay to say it. It's okay to admit it. Ain't nobody really gonna harbor anything about it with you. But here's the thing: what you're doing is causing problems with yourself. So just fall back. I suggest that you fall back for a while, create another YouTube history and do what you do and stop threatening people. Please, everybody, stop calling people out their names and stop threatening people because
Yeah.
people are catching $99 flights to pull up to Las Vegas strips and
Mm.
videotape themselves pew pewing somebody with no problem.
Mm.
Videotaping it. Come on now. I'm
Now
in
she
LA.
was making threats of going to the police on Treezes, but then when Treezes called the police to see if there's anything going on, like with her name attached to it, she then goes and say, "This is scammy," and she says, "Why would she go to the police station, or why would she call my police station?" You literally just said that you was gonna press charges on her. You got to restrain her and all this stuff, whatever. So she went when she went to check. Now it's an issue.
Oh
Like
wow.
the lady is insane. She's insane.
Because honestly, like I said, if I'm wrong, I will apologize. Sammy, I do think you're going through an addiction. I do think you're going through an addiction because honestly, like Tosa said, you move too fast on these YouTube streets, and that rocking back and forth and then moving and whatever and
Mhm.
everything like that. That's a sign and that's a symptom. But you going through something, and you know whatever you're going through, you're going through. But I do want to see you do better because you have the potential to do that. I think most people on here that come on here and do that, they have the potential to do that, and you know how it works. So just go ahead and fall back for a while, and stop talking because just stop talking. You're threatening people, and I received threats in the past, and I'm like, why? Why do we take it there? Why do
Mhm.
we take it there? It's not necessary. So I mean, all love to you, Sammy, and everything. But if it I want to say this.
Okay.
Yes, you paraphrase what I said about Sammy. You paraphrase what I said. What I said was is that I feel Sammy resents having her
Mm.
child because she doesn't understand the disability, and she
Mhm.
doesn't know how to cope with the disability.
Mhm.
And if she
Okay.
really turned and really tried to, pour into her child, she will find out that her child is absolutely intelligent and
Mhm.
beautiful in his
Yeah.
own way. And in the future, if she knows how to do it correctly and move correctly, she can turn this into a beautiful story for
Mhm.
her and her child.
Yeah.
But I don't think she has that mindset because she's so defensive right now and she pops off way too much. But I'm just putting that out there. And
Yeah.
then also, the reason why I said the baby daddy might not live there is because every time when I saw her coming in and coming out, being on the IG calls with her, he was there, and then he would most of the time leave after she would, like, she was, they would exchange. But there was sometimes that she would tell him, oh, could you stay a little bit longer? And then come to find out on the call, he's still there. So he's been there with the child all day. So I just wanted to clear that up. That's what
Hold
I
on.
said.
Okay, so what are you saying that there is a guy that stays in that house?
I don't know if he stays there. My instances was that he leaves sometimes and everything, but I don't know if he actually lives there.
But
I
Queen,
don't
but
know.
Queen was on the phone with her the other day, and you said that she was out to go get some beer, and then
Uh-huh.
she came back. It wasn't like the child was with her. It was like when she came back in the house, you could hear, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so pretty much what I was saying was she was out yesterday looking for some Guinness beer to go with her meal. And she
Hmm.
went from store to store to store to store. I never heard her saying, "Come on, son, get out with me." It was nothing like that. But when she
Mm-mm.
got home, it was like her whole attitude shift. She made it seem like it was my fault that she was late for the show
Mhm.
and this and the third. But she was out running around, and I was like, "Okay, I'm whenever you're ready." But I
Yeah.
never heard
Okay.
her son
So
with
I
her.
really don't know if he lives there or not because I never asked her directly. I just assumed that he didn't. So I just
But
want.
Trip, well, what about the one instance you can verify where you said when
Oh,
she walked in the house and the child tried to come up to her and her reaction?
oh,
Oh,
okay. So I was on the IG call with her, and she had pulled in, and we're on the call, and you can hear her child come up and say, "Hey, mommy," and she opened up the car door, and I guess he was kind of in front of it and pulled back, and she's like, "Ugh, I just got here," and you can hear the car door slam, and you can tell that she walked past him because his voice got distant. And so he's following her in, and she's still talking to me. And I just was like, dang, like, why was it? I got like kind of like, dang, wait a minute, what's up? But remember, in this time when I'm talking to her and she's on IG calls with me all the time, it seemed like she just had an annoyance, and she was always talking to somebody on YouTube. And the reason why I could assume that is because she would talk about how she's making conversations and interviews and everything with this person and connecting and collaborating with this person. So it just got in my mind that she was always trying to figure out planning YouTube around YouTube. And so I
Mhm.
just felt in that one, I was like, he just said, "Hi, mommy." That's it. He just wanted to see, he haven't seen you all day. You were
Mhm.
talking to me at work and then connecting, and then he says, "Hi, mommy," and then it's like, ugh, dang. I
Never
just
heard him
got
begging for food.
You know what? The only time I seen her, I can say that there was a couple times that she forgot while she was making food for herself, she forgot to make food for him and asked him if he
Mhm.
wanted to eat. That was a couple times that I
My
could remember
God.
right now.
Mm.
And I'm just like, you know what?
Mm-mm-mm.
Sammy, you talk about people having mental issues, so be it. But you got mental and addiction issues. You need to deal with yourself. You need to
Oh,
deal with yourself, you
now
know?
when you say the what type of substances do you think that she may be on?
Honestly, it got to be something that's keeping her up because she moves way too fast.
Well, we know. I think
Uppers.
the marijuana, that stuff slow you down, right? So we can kind of deduct that one.
Mm-hmm. I don't
So
know,
ain't nothing left but meth and crack.
man. Can you get that easy down there?
I don't know because
I
it
don't
seems
know.
like everybody dying from fentanyl and stuff. So I don't know. I don't even know what fentanyl look like, to be honest with you.
I don't know either, but I just know that she I just know that for a few times she was she was in somebody else's chat, so she's chatting with them. She's on the IG call, and then all of a sudden she's doing a 2 to 4 hour live, and this is happening like
Mhm.
maybe more than 3 times a week at this time when I was connecting with her, and I was like, "Yo, I'm tired. Why? What is this for?" And
Mhm.
so she always says it's about keeping it consistent and making her channel grow. I mean, whatever. I don't know, but just I really
But being consistent could be coming online every day for 30 minutes. You know what I mean? 20
don't.
minutes. Not, oh, I gotta entertain them morning, noon, and night before bed. It's like it's just strange. Is the child potty trained? Is he wearing adult diapers?
No, no, no.
Like,
He's in school, and I want to say he's about 7, 8 years old, and very bright, very, very bright, very, very bright. And then, like, there was another instance, and I think she deleted that live a long time ago because she was going to get a, a few comments about that from people. He
mhm.
was calling her. He was calling mommy, mommy, mommy so much. He jumped on her back,
Mm,
wrapped his arms around her neck, and kind of pulled her back. And you can see Sammy's face just turn, and then pulled him off. And she said, "I'm mad." And she clicked that live off. I don't know what happened after that, but I know that it was like, "You embarrass me
mm.
at this moment." And
And
so,
really, that was just his way of saying he wants some attention. He wants some
exactly.
love.
And I don't want Sammy to think this is coming off as like people is really attacking her and shaming her for her parenting, because
No,
honestly,
no, no, no. She
you
needs
put
to be
it on
ashamed.
video.
If these things
That's
are
what I'm saying.
true, she should be ashamed.
No, absolutely, absolutely. But what I'm saying is that this is coming up because you created a video pattern, Sammy,
Mhm.
that you were ignoring. So don't I hope you don't act like this is coming up because this is a 1 time, 2 time, 3 time thing. No, you have a history with multiple people that this is happening. And I'm, like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But you have an addiction. And it's not just
Mhm.
social media. It's not just social media. No, no, no. It's not. It's more than.
Well, yeah, and I mean on the live that you guys, that we all did yesterday on Kai's channel, they were talking about like a sexual addiction as well, of her seeing different men and stuff like that. She's wanting to be a bride, her practicing
Oh, she
abstinence and
she
all that
told me
stuff.
that. No, she told me that she wanted to be a bride, and that the guy that she was seeing that from the restaurant and everything like that, he's on survival mode, and he can't really do much for me, and he's not on my level, and he needs to get on this level. And I'm listening to her on the phone like, "You do Instacart and YouTube and insurance. You're what?"
Yeah.
What? But I'm just
These are
listening to
all
her.
jobs that you can finagle the numbers. These are all 1099 jobs. She ain't driving Uber and Lyft. I mean, she might as well. Do
Yeah.
you know anything? Do you know anything about her getting a PPP loan? Because they're arresting a lot of people who fraudulently got those loans.
If she did, let the government get her. I don't know, because they catching up. They
Now
catching up.
she has a company saying that she drive handicapped people around. Have you ever known her to pick up any handicapped people and drive them
I
around?
haven't. I never heard that. I never heard.
Yeah. Yeah, you can look it up. It's public information.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know that. But I do know about the Instacart and working as an insurance agent. That's basically what I know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I and then also no, yeah, that was basically what she was talking about heavily with that, because she said she wanted to get more certifications with insurance and everything to start creating more
Hold on,
money.
hold on a second. Anybody who is saying that this is too much, come up on here and hit this link. You haven't said this is too much when a motherfucker said they want to pop my top off. Did you say this is too much then? Because there is nothing I have said so far, not even talking about calling CPS, compares to someone saying they want to pop they top off. So come hit the link and talk to me. I've been asking you for the past hour and a half. Let's have a real conversation. I will not overtalk you.
Okay, so there's people in the chat that's telling me that I'm lying. So what am I lying about? Because I have no reason to be up here at all to say what I'm saying if I didn't have the conversation with her. So what am I lying about? What am I lying about? And then, by the way, you guys don't know how Sammy treated me, and I still was rocking with her. And then I got to a point where I was like, nah, I don't really have to be here with you. This girl would call me on the IG lives so many times that I had to take a week break off of her because she wanted to go live more and she wanted me to moderate with her. But and talk and take shots at me like crazy and everything like that. But oh yeah, I'm lying.
Would she be under the consumption of alcohol when she would be calling you?
Most of the time, no. No. She will probably be under when I seen her a couple times when she was doing her lives and she was drinking wine, making food, but I don't remember that.
But why she gotta why in everything she eats, she gotta pour beer and wine into it? Everything she eating. That's like that's not normal.
I don't know. I don't know. But see, people. This is just like you know. This is this but when she was talking shit to me and she was talking crazy to me, it was I'm crazy, I'm this, I'm that, but y'all weren't on the phone with her listening to her. Y'all weren't in the conversations and the DMs. But I'm lying, I'm crazy and everything like that. Blame it on me. I don't care. I don't have to speak on anybody about this situation. The only reason why I'm speaking on it is because I actually did really care about Sammy. I really did. And so for anybody to say that I got to come up here and lie and like I'm putting all the business in the street, I've been no. No.
I don't see any harm in it. This is your experience, being around her. This is your story. So it's your side, her side, and somewhere in the middle is the truth, right? But if
Mm.
this is a pattern of this woman, like not only VS, not only you, not only I, but other people have experienced her, and we've tried to give her a heads up before it had got to this point, people. And what y'all do, y'all see, this is the thing. Can we go there with the supporters and the subscribers? Y'all
Yeah.
was on here and y'all would watch this shit. And y'all would kiki and ha ha because
Hmm.
it's funny. But now that the tables have turned, and now that she's in a hot seat, now y'all want to act like, oh, woe it's her. Oh, no, no, no. Everybody had a chance to be in a
Mhm.
hot seat. Everybody get dissected, but now it's on her, and it is a problem. You're sitting out here, and like I said, she was running for that beer yesterday. She
Mm.
was running for Guinness, and it was a specific type. She could not go home unless she had that beer.
Hmm.
And thank God the last store that she went to had it. I was scared for her.
Yeah,
That's
but
sad.
but me saying this but me saying this is that people, because of situations that I've been in, that I'm lying about it. But y'all don't realize that Sammy was leaning on me for conversations and talking about stuff and doing all this. And I was recognizing the stuff that she was going through and what she was putting herself through. And then also, when I tried to have a conversation with her, she would, this, y'all don't understand. Sammy will yell at you.
She would become combative. I
She will
know.
come she will come combative with you because
Mhm.
you cannot say anything that she does not align with.
Yeah.
You cannot say nothing to her like that. So it got to a point where I was like, you know what? I see the direction you're about to go to. And just to mention this, because I know I said it yesterday. So if I said it yesterday, the direction she was going to is exactly what she's been doing for the last 3-4 months. Is she was going to turn against the people that she was heavily jealous of and rocking with, and try to make her channel be about that, and thinking that she was being strategic and having
Mhm.
some psychology of this, and move forward with that and think that ish is okay. And I knew it was coming because of the things that she was saying and the way that she was moving.
Now, Trip, I want to take a left turn, and
Hmm.
ask a question, because when we was on the live with Kai, you said, "Look, I know I'm a bigger lady. I accept that. It ain't a big issue." Did y'all ever talk about, her in particular? Like, did she ever speak about confidence, her not losing weight, her needing to lose weight, self reassurance about it? Like, did she speak on anything like that?
Let me tell you what, Sammy, that is something Sammy never talked about. And if she would have talked about it, look how the videos that she's doing, the walking videos, that's
Mm-hmm.
not for her to lose weight. That's for her attention.
Mm-hmm.
That's for her attention. Her channel is strategic. She thinks she needs to be strategic.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why she puts everything out there. She even said it one time in a live. She was like, my channel is about my life and what I go through. So I'm gonna put what I want out there. And if y'all don't want to watch, you don't want to watch. I'm just paraphrasing what she said. So
So
it,
did you
it's
know she was that big before the picture came out? Have you
I
ever seen her
I
full?
literally never seen anything lower than her boobs. So where her boobs at, that's what I seen. I never.
So when you saw the picture come out, I guess it was accidental, right? Because how could they get the full shot? So she intentionally did that. That was your first time seeing her in full.
In full, in
Was you
full,
surprised?
a little, a little. And I'm not gonna body shame or anything like that. But when I looked at that picture, I was like, "Oh, that's Sammy. Oh, okay, oh,
Mm,
okay, okay." For a person that what you've been doing and what you've been doing to other people and talking about other people and calling people out of their names and disrespectful and everything like that, girl, you need to shut your mouth.
mm.
You need to shut your mouth.
So let me ask you this, Trip. What
Hmm.
is it that we may need to know about Sammy that she hasn't really exposed?
That right now, honestly, the fact that she's really silent and still trying to brag on her community wall and not really say anything is that one or two things is going to happen, and this is what I think is going to happen. Either she's going to completely delete her channel and go away and take heed to what she has caused, or she's going to go nuclear.
Well, I thought she already hit nuclear. I mean, there's some of the
No,
things that she's
no,
saying.
no, no. See, when you don't have anything left And when you act like you're the victim of something and don't admit your part, and you hear people talking about you, you either lean into it and hear what you want to hear, not hear all of it, but hear what you want to hear and plot and plan and go nuclear, or you fall back and say, okay, I did enough. And that will be accountability. Honestly, I see her being, like this quote, calm like a bomb, because she's not going to let it go. She's not going to let it go. She's calm like a bomb. She's going to tick off. There's no one left. There's no one left. Kai was the last person. There's no one left. So hey, it is what it is, but like, don't come for me. Just don't, because I'm super lazy. I post on the community wall. I make no effort, and I'm not lying on you. If I am lying on you and you show me and show receipts, then I will apologize. It's not that big of a deal with me. But just, take care of yourself, Sammy. But honestly, I think this is what she really, really wanted. She wants this type of attention.
I believe
She
that.
wants, and it's going to feed into her going nuclear. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and let me just mention this after the live with Queen, and she went to her channel when she was dragging me, saying the secondhand Susie and all that stuff, whatever. She said, "Oh, I want VS Icon to go back and forth for me. I want that because that's gonna bring attention to my channel." She was saying stuff like that, and so I was like, "Okay, she's just popping this shit tonight because things were heated." She said what she said. I said what I said. She woke up the next morning, and then I'm listening. She's talking about other people, and then lo and behold, she started bringing the VS Icon again. I said, "Oh, she's not gonna stop. Let me go ahead and make my phone calls." She ain't done. See, I tried to give her opportunity to change her life. I gave her 24 hours. And I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and make my calls. The only thing I did not speak on was anything dealing with drugs, although it was made mention that she was dating a guy, and was allegedly, giving him cat for a nickel bag. I didn't mention that, but maybe I should have, and maybe they would have came and said, "Hey, you need to piss on this stick," and then lo and behold, it don't matter. Even if she was just, smoking the little simple stuff, it was gonna come up on a test. But I want to make sure I did this with integrity. I want to say my concerns with what I saw and what I heard, and not what others have told me, and that's what I did.
Right. I'm gonna try to keep this part respectful because it just jogged my memory that you said something earlier about the counter transference of what happened with her name change with Quality
Yeah.
Queen. I wanted to piggyback off of something because I know some people are a little bit uneasy hearing Quay's name, and I'm being respectful, so I don't want to do that with you. But I want to say this, you guys, what VS said about taking on someone's dead spirit,
My
and
God.
it's called counter-transference. And what happened? If you guys look at that timeline, and that 6 month span of what happened, and what I found out about Quay in other sectors, respectfully, VS is 100% correct.
Mm.
And I would encourage you, Sammy, to change your name.
Oh, now there we go. We on to something right there for sure.
I would encourage you to change your name. I'm
Get
not
that
being
dead body off
funny.
your life. Get that dead body off of you.
I'm not being funny because I want to say this, and I don't care if nobody believes me or not. I really don't care. But I'm a medium, and I spoke to Quay after her death.
Whoa, hold on. Put her on the big screen, Queens. Now say what now? You talked to Quay after her death.
I'm a medium. I do that for a living. And I spoke to her after after her passing, because our birthdays were 6 days apart, and she popped up in my mind, and I wanted to know exactly what happened to her.
Mhm.
And please, you guys, I'm keeping this respectful, so don't attack me because I'm bringing her up again. I'm bringing her up with love and information. She mentioned that she did not have a heart attack. To somebody said in the chat, she did not. Um, what happened is that a long period of time that of her not taking her medication caused a reaction of her medications of what she took. And
Mm,
some of the medication wasn't agreeable in the first place, but she went back on there and her body gave out.
mm,
I don't know if I can say that was a heart attack because that's not what was said to me. So I'm not going to say those words, but her body gave out. She was exhausted. And what
mm,
she told me was she was happy to be on the other side because she is now feels free and she feels understood.
mm.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for that. Like I was over here
Well, what did she
emotional.
say about her name being used? Did you
Oh,
Hmm?
What did she say
I
about her
didn't,
name
you
being
know
used?
what? I didn't ask that because that wasn't the question that was on my mind. This happened in February because my birthday's in February. And so it happened. I did it. I think I did the reading the day before my birthday, and then
Mhm.
I told her happy birthday. And
Mm,
she was actually, because if you guys don't know, you can travel when you're on the other side. Yes, that's what you're doing. You're going and you're living beyond this physical plane and you can travel. And from what I seen, she was dressed up. She was traveling to different places and she was living her life and she was feeling free. And so I don't know it about um I don't know about the name change. All I knew was is that there was a agreement before she passed that she talked to Sammy, and Sammy allowed her to use that name.
wow.
So, but I don't. This is just my personal opinion. This is my personal opinion. Sammy, you need to change that name because you need to change that name, and that's because of your behavior for the last 7 to 8 months. And that's because of of me seeing that because I know Quay gave it as much as she got it with the bullying and everything like that, and I wasn't 100% sure about Quay. I wasn't. I thought she was moving funny before and everything like that. But I still had some kind of connection that I wanted to reach out to her and whatever and everything. But she was hesitant because she thought I was a witch and everything like that because people made that rumor about me. So be it. But what happened is that I know you guys I know you guys experience forgiveness and everything like that and stuff, and that's great. But forgiveness requires change behavior. And if the people that were doing the bullying ain't changed the behavior and move and haven't moved differently, I don't really see why I don't see forgiveness. That's just my personal opinion. But it got really gutter. So for me to see Sammy hanging with and allowing those people back in when she was so adamant of going after them and stuff, it just was weird to me. And I don't think you're upholding the Quality Queen TV.
And where's the ribbon at? Where's the ribbon?
Where's
The
the rip?
ribbon is in the sky.
You know what? From my understanding, I don't even know if those community posts exist anymore. But I was in the live VS,
mhm.
and um I did see that she spent the money that she was donated fully. I do remember that, and she posted the receipt. That's why I said I don't know if that exists anymore. I don't know if it exists anymore.
But hold on now.
Okay,
If
go
I
ahead.
just want to say this, if you wasn't physically there, we really don't know. We all got computers, we all got AI. We can make up our own receipts. This woman's an insurance agent. We don't, man. She a 1099 employee. She create her own receipts. We don't know what she bought. Where's the receipt? Like when it comes to the ribbon with the name on it, it looked like somebody had took some glue and glitter and just put it across a white ribbon on a itty bitty thing that was supposed to be a cross or something. That was
Yeah,
$500. That's ridiculous.
yeah. I don't really know about that. I don't really know,
Trick.
and I'm not
You
gonna.
saw it. You
No,
saw
no,
it.
no. I saw the picture of it when I saw a picture. I was there in the live, so what I saw in the live is that she made the purchase and then she posted the receipt of the purchase because she got an email confirmation and she posted that. And then when you go to the memorial wall, they show what was purchased and who it was purchased by. That I saw. That's what I saw. So that's all I'm telling you. But I'm not refuting what you're saying. I'm just telling you what I saw. So
Yeah.
there was a community post where she did send an email and she put down what she spent.
She put down what she spent.
No, the email. She put the email. The email showed what was spent, what was it spent on, and all that stuff. And to Global Empire Entertainment Media, do you do the indications and have spirit visitations all the time? It's my life's work.
Mm.
I'm an Akashic record practitioner, so I deal with everything. I deal with everything. So not necessarily everything, but like I don't hold no belief to no religions or anything like that, and I don't refute any religions. It's like whatever comes in for the last 10 years, I study and then I do my work with my clients and whatnot. But yeah, so to answer your questions.
So could I ask you this, Miss Tripp?
Sure. Yeah.
Um, are you able to maybe do something involving Quay or maybe ask a question? Is there a way that we can ask a question?
Um that would take a little bit of preparedness
Okay.
and also yes, I can, but that would take a little bit of preparing.
Okay.
And also with that, um I would have to check with Quay again, because when I did that reading, I asked if I can have permission to talk to her, and I'm a little bit I like to ask permission. So if she wants to give the information, then I will give the information. But I'm all about permission.
Okay.
Mm.
Now, just so I have a better understanding, because VS, you brought up the fact of um, Sammy stealing Quay's name.
Mm.
Um,
Well,
what?
I mean, she didn't ask for
Stolen?
permission. She just took it.
Yeah, she stole it. She stole her
Mhm.
name because she wasn't here to, physically and to defend
Yeah.
No,
herself.
no, 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 no. There was a conversation before she passed. Sammy took the name before she passed, and she had a conversation with Quay before she passed.
So
That
it
I
seems
do.
like Quay. So it seemed like Quay knew she was about to die.
Um, from when?
Why
Okay,
would a person? Why would I pass off VS Icon to Queen Tussle if I know
Yes.
I'm finna be here? If I plan on being here on my own damn channel?
the way. Okay, I'm gonna say this, but it's probably just gonna come off a little bit separate. It's gonna come off separate. From my understanding, Sammy changed the name while Quay was still alive. Now, here's the other part of this. I do believe Quay knew she was going to pass soon, because
Mhm.
the numbers that came up when I found out, and her date and all this stuff and everything, I did ask that question before. I asked that question of myself, and it felt like a confirmation, because I felt like Quay's spirit was tired from
Mm.
what I saw. And this is just from me. From me, I did see that her spirit was tired. And so when I found out she passed,
Mhm.
I was I was like, yeah. Yeah, and then when I had the conversation with her, and what was said, it was, she said she was happy to be with God. She was happy to be free, and she wasn't fighting anymore. And the vision of her being dressed up and hair done and astral planing all over the world and everything like that, it made me feel like this was a soul that was happy that she crossed over.
Mm.
Now, do y'all think Sammy dabs into black magic or anything like that?
Oh, no, 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 no. And I think that's what low key, because she took shots at me a couple times that I know of and everything, and she really couldn't talk to me about it, but she wanted to but she thought everything was demonic, and she would say things and take shots knowing that I'm in the live and everything like that, and I'd just be like, I knew that was towards me and everything like that, so I was like, okay.
But what about when y'all was on the phone for all these hours and
She
stuff together?
never,
She never complained.
she never brought it up. I
So
tried to bring
so
it up.
so so she
I tried to
can't.
bring it up,
So
but
she,
she was
yeah.
like uncomfortable with it.
So if she was able to tolerate your energy and y'all on the phone personally together and all that stuff, she can't come out here and say that you're a bad person, you're a witch, and all this stuff, this hoopla now, because y'all was having intimate, personal energy exchanges on the phone and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even you knowing about her family and her child and stuff.
This is I make no claims to hide my spirituality and what I do. I have worked on this for the last 10 years of my life. I have thousands of readings under my belt. I dealt with so many different things. I think Sammy, she said one time that she was drawn to my energy because of that stuff that she was interested in, but she
Mhm.
really wasn't interested in it. She wanted to be right about it, about what her thoughts was of it.
When
And
she
there,
talks about God, do she go to church? Do you know?
absolutely not. Girl,
So she's
what?
talking about God, and I mean, just going into a building of a church don't make you not a Christian or anything like that. But she talks so heavily about it, you would think that she would be on Sunday in somebody's church house.
No. No, because she's actually not. She No, 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 no. No, see, she only uses that when she's trying to come up with a way out of the dumb shit that she said.
Mm.
Because when you get close, she'll be like, when you get too close about it, it's I'm a child of God and and everything like that and all this stuff. No, that's not really that. And if it really was, you will be active in church, you will be active in motivating with the Bible, you'll be active in prayer. And I seen her do that a couple times on the live, but not to the point where you're convicted that this is really her energy and what she's about. No.
And y'all been on the phone all those hours, and you don't know anything about her, like her relationship with her mother. Or she got sisters and
Oh,
brothers.
I can tell you I can tell you that she doesn't she that's really something that's really uncomfortable for her to speak on, because she never brings up anything about family. Never.
That's what I'm
Never.
saying. Something is not right about her coming from the city, hiding out in Alabama. Don't speak about listen. I don't get along with my family members, but I love my mama, I love my daddy. They get on my nerves. I tell you all kinds of shit. But I got their phone number. Yeah, I done brought my mama on camera before. They done found my family on Facebook and all this other stuff. So I talk about my family history, the good, the bad, the ugly. I talk about a lot of the ugly. So just to have somebody so secretive, you know, and you hide now down south, it's something, I'm telling you, it's something fishy. It is something that's going on.
That may be true. It's definitely valid, but I think that will be a trigger point for her to. It, she's definitely not dealing with that. She's definitely not dealing with that, and she's definitely separated herself from that, and she doesn't want people to know about that. But I'm not. Some people.
Hold on, we got something in the chat. Hold on, I'm sorry, Trip. Chucky215 says her mom visited her for the first time around the holidays. They had a falling out, and Sammy had to call the cops.
What?
Mm,
Hey, Chunky. Um, I didn't know that.
mm,
I didn't know that
wow.
because that's when I took a break from her because I took a break because she was too much. So around the holidays, I literally was not on. I literally logged off for IG. I logged
She,
off for IG and I took a break. So I did not know that happened.
mm,
No, I totally agree. It's like she's easily triggered. She just has this tick. And with her not trusting people, like I get, you have your things that you go through in life, but it seems like there is something that she's running away from. And like I said, I don't know if she's in therapy, but I would encourage her to go to therapy. Um,
I would
VS,
encourage her to stop using the "I'm a child of God" so much and lean into that word and do the prayers and everything and see what direction she really needs to go to get herself clear and cleansed of whatever she's going through. It's not enough. It's not enough to just say it. It's more to apply it and put it in your life. So therapy and leaning into the word that she believes in, it will give her the way. It will give her the way.
mm.
all right. VS, you have any more questions?
No, I think this was a overflow of information on this live, and I'm so glad that Trip came up here because, I mean, it just added it's so much more. This is not just entertainment, guys. This is real
Right.
life. These are our opinions, our experiences with this individual, and we have the right to have our experience with this person. And listen, this was the time for the scammy supporters to come up, and not one person came up. That should let her know how much they give a damn about her. So I don't
Like
want to hear
seriously,
anybody
come
say
up.
anything negative.
Seriously, like honestly, Sammy, if you say anything about anything that I said, I would love for you to actually say something that I said wrong because I will honestly apologize to you if I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong. So please, if you say anything, come up now. Or if you make a live in the future, tag me up in it because I want you to refute anything that I said. I really do. I really do. Because I ain't got no reason to be sitting up here talking about you like this. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable because I really freaking care.
Every time that I'm tagged or I'm mentioned, I'm making more reports. And I don't care if I have to repeat the same thing I'm saying or whatever, that's what I'm gonna do. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Cause this ain't coming from ill intention. This is not coming from you're speaking out of defense, and nobody is coming at you in any kind of manner that that you need to be defending like this. You had a clear history. You had a video history of every single thing that people had spoke about, and you cleared it away, so it made you feel a little bit better. But again, I will say it again. If you speak on me or whatever I just said to you about you and everything like that, and if I'm wrong, I'll apologize. But I know I'm not wrong. And I truly do care about you, but I never want you in my life again because your mouth was just way too much. And you're scheming, and your scheming was way too much. And you did it multiple times to multiple people. I don't even care if I don't really rock with that person. The fact that you had the intent to scheme and line people up all the time was wrong.
Can you give us an example of her scheme?
Um, well, from my understanding, from what I saw, she lined up another content creator to prove a point about who attacked who. And she actually spoke to me that she actually spoke to me about how she wanted to talk to other content creators about something that she saw in the past that she didn't agree with. And so going back to that content creator that she was in the interview with this person, and she didn't hear what she wanted to hear out of that person because she thought what happened was the truth, and it went a certain way when she wasn't even around when it happened. She wasn't even rocking with this person when it happened, and she didn't even see how the trajectory with this person went. And so she had this fixed idea that that content creator was lying. And so her tone in the interview got way more nasty, and it got way more condescending, and she lined that person up, and the person was like, it didn't happen that way. And Sammy just kept going like, no, it really did. But she wasn't around when it happened. And that's just an example of like what is kind of like big of her doing it. But in other people that she talked to in certain ways and stuff, she does that too. That's how she talks to you. She has a point. Like she literally one time she hit me up and was like, are you gonna speak up for Jag? And I was like, I never even talk about her and everything. Well, they're attacking her in there, and they're kicking her out, and da 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 da, and they're just going after her and everything, and making her lose her housing. And why aren't you doing this and everything? And she literally, because I was like, I'm never, I don't even enter in that space, in that world, and doing that. She literally went live and took a shot at me because I said I'm going to pray for the situation.
Are you talking about Mel? That
Oh,
situation?
I was talking about the situation with her lining up with Mel, but I didn't want to mention the name because I wanted to keep it respectful. I
Oh no,
didn't, but she did line Mel up. She lined Mel up, and then she made it seem like she wasn't already connected to the person that Mel was beefing with at the time. You were clearly connected to IO at the same time. It wasn't IO hit you up after the interview and you did this interview with her and everything like that. It was your exit strategy against Treez. It was your exit strategy against Treez. I saw it coming. I actually was going to bring it up to you, and then you were yelling at me in the DMs and whatnot. I didn't even get a chance to even say anything because when she smells that you're about to say something that she's probably doing, she will go off like a time bomb. So that's what it is. And it would have been different. It would have been so different if it wasn't as clear as day that you just literally turned against somebody.
It
It would
sounds
have
like
been,
she's just trying to climb the ladder. Okay,
yeah,
Trees ain't no good. Let me find, like I used her up. Let me try to find the next
exactly.
person
And
up,
that's all she's going to continue to do if she actually stays visible and move online the way that she's doing. She's
And
just going
she
to
says Mr.
climb the
Skinny
ladder.
name so much. Mr. Skinny. Yeah, Mr. Skinny told me this. Mr. Skinny, Mr. Skinny. You know, so I'm just like, I guess she's just looking for more and more clout, you know.
But
But it
see,
is what it
what
is.
she's doing is that she doesn't actually. I really, and this is not to not for her to like. No, it is for her to take fault. She doesn't. She lacks self awareness, so she really doesn't hear what she says until people speak about what she says, and then it's like she goes into the defense. It's like a loop pattern with her. It's a loop. It's a loop. She doesn't really hear because she's being the way that she wants to be.
But
Yeah.
now, see, this is a thing. Oh, girl, and I'm just gonna say it like it is. Girl, you done lost your damn mind. You done lost your mind. Like seriously, you have seriously lost your mind. You have people out here, and I know how you give it up, VS. You've been very nice, you've been very kind, but apparently this girl is ready for the beef sector. So I just feel like when you put yourself out there and you like the drama, you like the BS, get ready for it because all that energy that you put into being messy and clout chasing, it's your turn to sit in that chair. And so,
She could not handle the beef sector. She could not handle the beef sector. She will
No,
she
she
will
didn't even give
fall
me
back so
24
quick.
hours.
She will fall back so quick it wouldn't no, she couldn't. She couldn't because she's way too defensive. She's way too defensive and she's way too emotional with how she comes out with it. And that's why I think her silence is really paramount right now. And
mhm.
that's why I think she might go nuclear. And I'm saying to you, don't. Just don't. Don't do something that jeopardizes
I
your
mean, she
livelihood.
doesn't want to get Baker's Act because I'm gonna tell you, it could be one phone call and someone can Baker's Act her. She come on here acting crazy, somebody's gonna pick up that phone and call the nut house, and she's gonna get Baker's Act. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It can
Okay.
happen to anybody. So you come on here you acting a fool if you want to.
Also, also, Sammy, I want to say this, and I hope you hear this. You're giving the people that you're rocking with right now so much ammo in the future because you don't know how to treat people. So you're destined to fall out with them. So if you go nuclear on the people that are saying this with good intent and respect for you and everything, just wait for the people that you're rocking with now. Because they're really are going to be the ones that mess you over.
And let's address this. I want to know how y'all feel about this. They saying a scary MF is a dangerous MF. Who wanted to scare her? She's been
Yeah.
out fighting back and forth, and she's got this big old mouth, and she wants to clout chase because
Yeah.
y'all very important points. She hangs around people that are popular, that get good numbers, and she goes at this angle with who's all into it, who's more popular. So then she swings on over there. When that don't work, then she pull out, and then she's trying to figure out what her next target, who her next target is. I see how
Yeah.
you roll, but like you said, it's the way to handle business. We can get into it. We can do the banter back and forth, but don't try to come over here or and use me up for my support and my subscribers. That's what she does. She thought that she was going to leech on to you, BS, and that she
Mm-hmm.
was going to get that same type of traction. What she failed to realize is those are your supporters. You work damn hard to prove to them that you were a worthy content creator that they should follow. We
Mm-hmm.
all have our own audience. You just can't come up in this game and just it's just you famous overnight or you just get the numbers overnight. You got to put in the work, and it
Yeah.
seemed like she's trying to do these little hop skips and not really go through the process,
You trying to take the easy route.
the easy route.
Yeah. And the tortoise won the race. So she out here jumping around like a rabbit. The tortoise won. So just slow down. And then, and someone in the chat said that she got a live up saying something up, she's gonna go live tomorrow. She's been going live anyway.
Right.
But my thing is, how can you support somebody who's saying they don't have nothing to hide, but over there hiding videos and putting them on private and stuff?
I don't know, but Sammy, if you go live, I,
She need to
you
go
know,
live and take care of her son, live her life, and take care of that child.
I honestly don't think no one needs to hear you. I honestly don't think no one needs to hear you anymore, because you created this for yourself. And then if it wasn't for the fact that you hit private all the lives and
Yeah.
everything, it wouldn't make sense for you to do that, because then you're gonna be like, this didn't happen, this didn't happen, this didn't happen. But you privated everything. So it's like, what can you say? What can you say? I mean, I don't know.
Yes. She's gonna
I
start off by harassing the people in the chat, because that's one thing she don't like. I see her start attacking the people in the chat. I saw such and such over there, and you was over there too, and I saw such and such say this, and I saw this, and I saw that. Like, so if you support her, if you a subscriber to hers, you can't be in somebody else's chat.
Did you just hear what VS just said, Sammy? Did you just hear that? Please don't attack your supporters. There's going to be people in your chat. Don't attack them for their opinion. Don't attack them for their opinion and what they see. Because if you do that, all you're doing is that proving that we're right.
And now the people talking about this girl was doing drugs and stuff allegedly. Now, see, that's something I never made mention of to the agency. So maybe somebody else will call. If you look on my community wall, I did put up information about the insurance board. If you ever been doxxed or anything like that, if you want to make a report on an insurance agent in Alabama, the information is up there. It's public. You have the right to do it. Also, I also put on the on my community wall about anyone who makes a false police report. What can happen to you for making false police reports? I never made a false CPS report, and I'm telling you, I made a CPS report, and I'm telling you exactly what I said. Two things that I saw with my eyes and I heard with my ears, and that's what I said.
Yeah.
And I stand on it, and I feel like it was necessary for me to come out and speak on it, because I don't want to throw a rock and hide my hand, and I don't want the wrong people to get blamed for something that I did. And I do feel like that she needs to be checked out mentally.
I
Yeah.
agree. And then with you being a disabled veteran, I mean, you should not have to deal with this type of harassment and behavior. I mean, you're a content creator just as well as she is. If it's not the content that you like, there are plenty of thousands of other channels that you can go and watch. But if you are going to sit here and insert yourself into mess, and when the kitchen gets hot, you want to run
Mm-hmm.
out screaming, "Woe is me," with your hands up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Not fair. You can't throw rocks and hide your hands. You can't be here 1 minute for the support and then tomorrow, oh well, I ain't on that. No, because you always in it. You're always in it. And this is the thing. You really done pissed me the fuck off.
Mm.
You really done pissed me the fuck off, because now I'm really about to do it. Because you
Mm.
gonna sit up in here trying to start some shit with me and Trees. I ain't got no issues with that woman. The first thing, you was supposed to been at work. First of
Mm.
all, hold on 1 second, because yeah, bitch,
Always
you didn't do
online
this.
at work. Always. Always on it.
You was supposed to been at work, but you all over here, up in my chat doing the most. I mean, sending me messages about what is this bitch like?
So she was sending you
She's gonna
messages
say,
during the live?
uh-huh. She
Mm.
said, because I had texted her earlier, and I'll put this on my community wall, but I had texted her earlier that I was live at like 12:39. She texted me back, I'm at work at 3:03. At 4:56, she says, Trees played your video on her live. I said she shared
Wait,
my
today? She sent you that today?
yeah.
Oh my God.
I'll send it to you
So
right
she
now.
really have not been offline. She been looking at everything that's going on. She acting like she taking a break, or she on chill mode. She watching everything.
Yes.
I want to say
Mm.
something because someone asked a question. Chunky 215 said something about
Mm.
her old mods leaving and everything, Miss B. Yeah, because they left because they saw her true colors. But Miss B was like, "Oh, I wouldn't do that and everything like that, and everything." And she left. She left because she saw what Sammy was doing. Yeah, there was other people that was rocking with her and saw Sammy's true colors, and they've been gone too. And they were really cool people. Sammy had really cool people with other channels that were growing in her chat. In her chat, they saw her true colors, and they ain't been back since.
Oh, VS, did
It's
you get the
Ones that
receipt?
are still there, you're
huh?
stupid, but you're
Did
still
you get the?
there.
I sent you some
Uh,
receipts in your DM.
yeah, my other phone battery died, so I won't. I have to see it after. Otherwise, I'll mess up the live.
But yeah, no, I just want to put that out there.
Mhm.
I just was trying to help the lady, like focus on your content. If you got publicity, take advantage of it. That's what I thought. Take advantage of it. Go live, do something different, but don't get yourself all worked up. But
Yeah.
she don't want to hear. She don't want to hear no type of positive criticism. And like I said, we're all out here. We're working.
Mhm.
I'm not out here to destroy nobody's life or anything like that. But if something comes across the desk or if I see something out in public, we gonna address it. And my biggest concern was for that baby, I mean
Yeah.
for that boy to be fed and for him to get the attention that he deserves.
What about karate? All these different things kids could be in, especially in the summertime. It's really sad. It really is.
Well, get ready for a bunch of videos of mommy and son.
I agree.
Get
She's
ready
already
for
starting
the
to come
bunch.
into all.
Get ready for a bunch of those videos. Get ready for a bunch of her going out to more restaurants. Get ready for all that. I mean everything. Sammy, you whatever. I'm just like I'm just disheartened and everything, and I just want to see. Honestly, I want to see what you got to say, because I us three up here right now ain't said nothing negative about you. Just said
Thank
all
you.
truth.
You
So
haven't heard anyone get called out their name? No, nothing. It's been a cool, calm, collected conversation. I was open and honest about with what the actions that I've taken, which I'm allowed to do that. Listen, anybody, you don't have to be a mandated reporter. If you see something, say something. You are allowed to make a call. If you want to be anonymous, you can. If you want to say who you are, you can. Just be truthful. Don't make any false calls. Be honest. Don't make up nothing.
Right.
Just be honest, because ain't nobody trying to do nothing fake. If you're trying to help someone, be for real about helping them.
well, she's
And
not
that's
going.
why I feel so confident about saying what I'm saying, because I
Yeah,
already
she's
know I
not
ain't
going
saying
to.
nothing wrong.
You're not going to
Well,
hear
you
from
looking good
you.
while you're saying it. Let's mention that.
Thank you, thank you. Hey, you weren't finna get me, child, because you been cutting people up who come up on your channel. They ain't looking sexy enough, child. Shoot,
Listen, but that be my thing. Whenever I have guests on, I've told you that before. I'm like, get sexy,
you got me
feel
before.
good. Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's not, because I don't want to make it seem like, oh, she's trying to outdo me. No, I want all my guests to look good. You're beautiful, and I want you to show the people.
Mhm.
And even with telling her she can't even receive nothing like that, it's now you think you better than me. It ain't nothing about that, you
Right,
know.
Abiza. We did not say she's a crackhead. We said she might be on. She has an addiction. There's a difference. Red ball it back and find out where we said she a crackhead. We said
Well,
she.
Wait a minute. Maria, here's the thing. No one is saying anything about getting somebody's child taken, because what happens is when you make a report, you give truthful information. You give your concerns. You have a person who is employed to investigate. Either they find something or they don't. That's their job. If they find something, that's one thing. If they don't, then the person did their job. And it is what it is. That's how it goes.
Okay. And I don't think it's going to be taken that far. It's not going to be taken that far, but it definitely, if they come out, it'll be a wake up call for her, and it'll be a straighten up for her, and this is a straighten up for her. But I don't know if she's going to receive it well, to actually to make corrections for herself, because she's very defensive and whatnot. So whatever.
Yeah, I see people in the chat talking, but it's levels.
Trip Star VS Calder. I know that what I'm saying is that when they make the call and they actually go out, it'll be a wake up call for her, because somebody is seeing something online that she's doing and there's an actual visual record of it.
Right.
Y'all didn't see her stress out that child, brought him over to the phone and said, they're being mean to me. They're being mean to mommy. What you got to say? Stop being mean to my mommy. Who does that? That is mental
Abuse.
harshness. Yeah, mental abuse. Like,
It's
why?
why are you putting all
That's
these
silly.
responsibilities on him? He's a kid. He's supposed to be worried about being a kid. Stop putting these responsibilities on these kids. Go get you a therapist.
Mm-hmm. Your son is not your husband. Your son is not the man that you're looking to marry. Your son is not your counselor or therapist. Your son is not the weed man. Your son is not the restaurant man who you're looking to screw. Your son is your son. Stop letting the video game raise him. Do your job.
Overall, it's the avoidance and the neglect
Right.
that needs to be checked. That's what it is. The overall is the avoidance and the neglect that needs to be checked, because there is a history that you did, that you are online more than you are with your child.
Thank you.
That needs to be checked. That's all it really is.
All right, ladies. Any closing remarks? And we could close out. But VS, are you going to go live anytime soon?
No. I was on live with Treez. We had a great time. I'm on live with you, and I've done my part. I'm going to sit back. This was level one. There are many levels, and so what's going to happen is I'm just going to sit back, and you poke. Guess what? We're just going to keep going. We're going to keep going up. That's all. But what I do want to ask you is, can the outro of this live be, besides your regular outro, before you do your regular outro, can you play the recording of her speaking about me doxing me, and saying she want to pop my top and all this stuff, on the way out? Because I want this to be the last thing everyone hears coming out of this.
Mm. We don't have it queued up,
Okay.
but
Because they keep tending to forget. They're bringing up this other stuff. Let's not forget. I don't care about a 10 o'clock live tomorrow. What I care about is the child being fed, the child being paid attention to, the child getting educated, the child getting therapy, her getting therapy, her leaving me the hell alone. That's what I care about.
Absolutely. I don't have that queued up, but I'll do like another live and I'll do it, but I'll even expound on it. But
Okay.
are you going to do your morning show?
Nope. I'm gonna do my regular routine exercising, and that's it. The people
Okay.
see me when I'm out there. And shout out to the Black tea sector for showing me so much love. Y'all have shown me love. Even the haters, you know what I'm saying? At least you know who I am. I like being over here. A lot of times when the bush is quiet, but I do enjoy coming over here. Y'all sector is really hot right now. And I'm just enjoying what you guys got going on. So thank you for having me, Queen. I really appreciate you.
No problem. And your description is in your channel is linked in the description. So if you guys want to follow VS, make sure you check out the description of the video. Her link will be right there. It's take you right there. She says she's not going live not anytime soon, tonight or tomorrow, but set those notifications, and it's gonna be a good time. But I want to thank you for coming over, giving me the time to ask the questions, kind of get down to the bottom of it. Like you said, we had a conversation over here, and it kind of started here. And old girl, she's feeling a certain type of way, but your goal was to kind of help out. You have some commonalities. You have an autistic son, she has one, and just overall parenting. So I know that you're very wise, and you felt like, I can see a little bit further than you, sister, and I'm just trying to help you and save you the heartache and the pain. But, sometimes we just got to let people walk that road and let them find out on their own. But I want to thank you so much for gracing the panel, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
All right. Good night. And thank you so much, Trip, for coming by and giving me an opportunity to make amends with you. And now that we know that, it's no beef, come over more often.
All right. You take care. And everybody in the chat, y'all take care. All right.
Thank
Bye.
you. All right, you all. So this concludes our show. I want to thank you all for taking out the time to come over. Like I said, make sure you check out the description. VS channels in there. This video was an informative. We just wanted to bring awareness. Sometimes bringing awareness isn't a comfortable conversation. And I think that's where we need to be in this climate, is having uncomfortable conversations. We just had a young man and his wife be deleted in Las Vegas over some YouTube beef. And always put your mental health first. It's okay to not be okay. I'm just going to be the first to say it. I think that we've all remember, when I had my moment, and a lot of people, they might laugh and make a funny out of it. But for old time's sake, we're going to play a video and then we'll hit you with the outro. And this is a message to anybody that is on that other type of time. I want to let you know it stops here. I'm not going to do it. You're sitting up here laughing, calling me Cups. It's not. We're not going to do it. Cups, I sent you a message. Cups, I sent you a message in my. I sent message in the DM. I'm not going to do it. You're sitting up here laughing about some what you need $25,000 for. Sis, me and you was behind the scenes trying to make things a reality. We were supposed to have been helping the community. We were supposed to have been building women up. You're not on that. And it stops here. 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 It stops here.